So we are talking about this contractual structure of BOT, and this particular flowchart explain you. So government is at top, then concession agreement and concession company. So government makes that concession agreement to that concession company. So from center, these arrows are shown, okay, to upward and downward direction. Then this construction or concession company can make the supply contract to raw material supplier. Then he can make the legal agreement with some other bodies, then subordinate agreements to different investors, official contract, use of product, then construction contract to the contractor, and then operating contract to the operator. So if you look at to here, the concession company want different facilities. So first, instead of construction company, if we go to the government want certain facility, and through this concession agreement, the government is single point contact is concession company. Then concession company can make the contract with raw material supplier, then some legal advisors, then some investors, operator, contractors, or to whom those who are using the product. So this concession company can make different agreements with different other sub vendors. Okay, so that is, these sub vendors are not joined directly to the government officials or to direct government. These are joined with the concession company or the company who has having the agreement with government. So raw material supplier, whether that raw material supplier is having contract or agreement with government, no. That raw material supplier is having contract with concession company to whom that particular project is given. Okay, so this is the little bit complex mechanism is there. So BOT mechanism is complex structure compressing multiple interdependent agreements among various participants. Okay, so each and everybody is participant here. Operator is participant, contractor is participant, raw material supplier is participant, investor is participant. Is it right? And these are interdependent. Concession company can make the raw material supply agreement to one of the company. Then operation or operator contracted to another company or to same company. Is it right? That is depending upon the concession company. That is not with the government. Major participants in BOT projects include government, that is on the topmost, private company called concessionaire or concession company, then lenders, that is banks, equity investors, contractors, suppliers, operator, financial advisors, and whatnot. Typically, the government grants concession to the private sector. As government is having single point contact of concession company, that concession or government agreement is to that private sector only. The concession is awarded through concession agreement. Okay, so whatever the concession is there, concession period is there, whatever the agreement is there, that agreement is specified. This for this project, this much amount is required to recover this much amount, this much period is given to recover the profit. Again, this much additional period will be provided. Probably this much will be the so like this the account statements will be there included in that agreement. The concessionaire, the concession company of the private sector, is responsible for design, finance, construct, and operate the facility. So if this operator, where the operator is there at lower side of this box, if one operator will not say, I will not operate this particular facility, then concessionaire company can search another operator. Okay, and that who is operating, the government is not having that particular right. Okay, so government has provided the concession period and concessions to that concessionaire company. The concessionaire remains or retains the title of ownership during the concession period, which is normally 10 to 15 years. So if XYZ company is operating, that XYZ company is not having the ownership. That ownership is with concession company, because concessionaire company is having agreement with government, and that agreement or that period of ownership or that agreement may be varying between 10 to 50 years. Okay, in some cases it is more than that. Generally, whatever these lease, own and operate type agreements are there, or in general we can say lease agreement, this may be of 99 years. Okay, after which, after that agreement period that is specified by 10 to 50 years, after that ownership is returned to the government. In this agreements, during this BOT agreements, following different agreements are considered. First agreement is concession agreement. Second agreement is loan agreement. Third agreement is stakeholder agreement. Fourth agreement is construction contract agreement. Okay. Fifth one is supply contract agreement. That may be some supplying some equipment, some material, or some fuel, etc. Sixth agreement is offtake agreement, and seventh is operating and management agreement. That is O&M agreement. So if you look at the first agreement, that is concession agreement. Concession agreement is between the government and concessionaire, that is concession company. The concession agreement is regarded as the heart of the BOT project, because based on that agreement only the further agreement can be possible. So this first concession agreement is the heart of the BOT project. This may be your MCQ type questions. Dash is called heart of the BOT agreement. Concession agreement is called the heart of the BOT project or BOT model. Okay, as it determines the commercial viability and profitability, because this concession agreement tells you the two important things: how many, for how many long period this ownership will be there, or this particular agreement will be there, and during this particular period how much profit can be generated. Okay, in concession agreement, what is included? In general, in concession agreement, first concession period is included. That concession period may be of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever may be. Then construction duration. For certain particular period, this construction should be required, or this construction should be completed during this particular period. So construction period is included, concession period is included. So construction period and concession period is different. Suppose one toll is there, 150-kilometer road work is there. So it is mentioned that construction of road should be completed within 1 year, and for that toll, for that toll collection, you can use for next 50 years. Okay, so like this, the concession period and construction period is different. Then toll or traffic structure with toll and traffic revision provisions. So it is also mentioned there on this particular road how much traffic will be there per day, how much vehicles will run. So that figure is also mentioned. That means average, on an average, 1,000 vehicles will be run on this road, or on an average 200 vehicles will be run on this particular road, and from that particular vehicles how much toll will be collected, that is also tentatively mentioned, because all of you are knowing for different vehicle different toll is there. Is it right? Suppose you have chosen the road on which 2000 vehicles are running per day, but out of 2000 vehicles, 1800 vehicles are two-wheelers, and for two-wheeler there is no toll. So what is the use of that 1800 vehicles on that road? Okay, so like this, which type of vehicles are running, how much traffic is there, then from that road how much toll will be generated. So if on the road large vehicles like trucks, goods carriers, if these are running in large amount, then toll will be large. On the road, if small vehicles, two-wheelers, bicycles are running, then toll will be less, though the traffic is more. So that particular calculation is also considered during concession agreement. Otherwise, if it is told to you next 30 years you will have in concession, but on the next 30 years on that road only 2 or 3 goods carriers are passing, so that is not the good idea. Then rights and obligations of both parties. So what is my rights and where I can take the objection? Okay, so So that all conditions, terms and conditions, then rules, all are mentioned in detail with the concession agreement. Okay, many times government declares no toll for this road, then that operator company or concession company can show the agreement to the government that this road will not be toll free for next 20 years. This is the right, that right is towards us. If government has changed, the parties has been changed topside, then they may be take such decisions. In that case, there may be the loss of the concessional company or operator company. Then they can put the legal action against government as for this road, as toll is there for next 20 years. How government can give payoff to this toll? The government has to give this much amount of money to the operator or that party like this, or the toll should be restructured. Okay, then that revision provisions already we have discussed in third point. So if toll is less or toll is more because of good road condition, if vehicle number of vehicles are increased, then that revisions can be made. Instead of next 25 years, only 20 years you can handle this toll, or instead of 20 years you can handle this next 25 years as traffic is less. So that revision provisions are there, rights and obligations of both parties. And last one is the government guarantees. What is the government guarantee? The host government offers guarantees to the project promoters like supporting loans, guarantee of minimum operating income, etc. So all of you are knowing that if we are going to take the loan in the bank, bank asks us what is the guarantee you will put. Okay, so or whose guarantee you will put on behalf of you. If you will not repay that loan, who will repay that loan? Okay, so that guarantee is required. If you take 1 lakh rupees loan from the bank, generally they will ask you certain documents against which the loan can be sanctioned. So for example, if salaried person is there, they will ask you to come with your pay slip and whatnot. If you are not salaried person, then come with some documentary proof that uh, 7/12 your property document against which the loan can be sanctioned. So here the loan amount is much more. Generally, bank ask to us to pay to give the guarantee near about 50%. But as loan amount is much more, bank will ask the guarantee who will be the guarantor for this such type of loans. And in that case, the government offers the guarantee as if this particular company, concession company will not repay, then government is able to pay that loans, that is supporting loans. Okay, then guarantee of minimum operating income. So minimum operating income daily 10,000 rupees, daily 50,000 rupees, daily 1 lakh rupees, daily 5 lakh rupees, that is, or monthly 50 lakh rupees, monthly 1 crore rupees, that guaranteed income should be there. Otherwise, how to repay the loan and all the taxes? That is the big question, that is financial questions. So if on that road, if per month If government has told 1 crore rupees will be minimum guaranteed income, and if that company will just collect only 70 lakh or 80 lakh, remaining 20-30 lakhs government will pay, because that particular points comes under that guarantee of minimum operating income, etc. So different guarantees, different legal things. The most of the important part is construction period, concession period, then traffic and toll judgment, that calculation, different rights and guarantees are mentioned in the concession agreement. Then the loan agreement. Second point is loan agreement. What do you mean by loan agreement? Loan agreement is between the leaders, that is the bank, and with the concessionaire company. The banks provide the much necessary debit to the concessionaire. Bank debit is the primary source of financing for a BOT infrastructure project. Okay, whatever the loan, whatever the amount is required for that project, that is provided by the bank, and bank will make the agreement with concessionaire company, and for that whatever the supporting guarantee is required, that supporting guarantee or guarantee license, guarantee agreement is provided by the government. Shareholder agreement. Shareholder agreement is in between equity investors and the concessionaires. Okay, so suppose 100 crore loan is required, 100 crore rupees is required to run that project, but that concessionaire company is having the worth of only 50 crore. Then he will call some investors, and that investor will put their money. Okay, suppose two investors came forward and they put 25 lakh rupees each. Then their 25 lakh, that becomes 50 lakh, and concessionaire company 50 lakh, so 1 crore rupees will be generated that is utilized for that project. And from that project, whatever the profit will be there, that profit is distributed between these three things, the two investors and concessionaire company. As they have make the investment of 25% to the 1 crore, 25% profit is given to that investor. 25% profit to other investor, and that company own only 50% of the profit. That is called shareholder agreement. How much is your share in the investment, that much share you will get in the profit. So like this, shareholder agreement will be there. Then construction agreement. A construction agreement or contract is between contractor and the concessionaire company. The contract is usually let under fixed price contract. Okay, so that concessionaire company, if he is not having any I can say any experience about construction work, then that particular company will create the contract of that construction with one of the good contractor, and that particular agreement is of fixed cost or fixed price agreement. So from government, though it is 100 crore project, to construct that particular road and toll booth whatnot, if 75 lakh is required, then that much contract or that much agreement is made with contractor. So contractor agreement is limited and it is for limited period. So concession agreement with government may be for next 30 years, 20 years, 25 years or whatnot. But that contractor agreement will be there with the contractor only for certain period, that is for within 2 years or within 3 years, this construction should be completed. Within 5 years, this construction should be completed. After that, further agreement is operating agreement. Okay, this is a construction agreement. Then supply contract, that is equipment and material. An agreement between supplier and concessionaire company about supply of equipment and materials. The supplier in the supply contract is often government agency that supplies raw materials such as coal to the power plant or oil, etc. Okay, so generally other government companies are playing the role of the supplier company, and they will supply the raw material to the concessional company. Okay, so directly government will not supply the material, but government will supply the material through supplier contract. That is called the supply contract. Regarding any kind of equipment or any kind of material, suppose road work is there, then some cement is required, some stones are required, some JCBs are required, whatnot, water may be there, bulldozers are required, all the things are provided by the company. So here one example is there, that power plant is there and for that coal is required. So coal will be supplied by Coal India. That is another company. Is it right? So like this, the agreements will be there. Then take-off agreement. An agreement between government and the concessionaire to purchase minimum quantity of the service, such as electricity, water at fixed rate or fixed term. So take-off agreement. Suppose electricity generation, coal company is there. Companies, I am having that concession company and government is supplying me coal, but whatever the electricity is produced from that power plant, to whom I should sell? So again, I will make the contract with government. As you are providing the coal at this rate, you have to purchase this electricity at this rate for these many years, so that whatever that power plant is there, it can be run. Okay, so that is called take-off contract. So if byproduct is water or electricity, then who will purchase that much amount of water or that much amount of electricity? If it is toll booths, etc., no problem. But suppose you are making concession, you are giving concession to the energy development company, then who will take that electricity? So again, you are knowing that MECB, that again another contract is made with MECB, that is again government company or government sector company, and they will, it is in that contract it is written you have to purchase daily or monthly this much kilowatt electricity, megawatt electricity at this rate and whatnot. So that prepared goods or prepared product or byproduct, it can be sold out. If it is easily sold in market, no problem. But if it is not, then again take-off contract with another government company can be made, and that products are sold. Then operation and maintenance contract. The agreement between concession company and the operator. Operating phase plays very important role in the success of BOT projects, as the success is tied to its revenue generating ability. The operation phase of build, operate and transfer project present a great management challenge and demands the highest level of attention, because during this operation phase only the revenue can be generated, and it shows the revenue generating ability. If you are, suppose government has given you the 50 kilometer road work, and it is told to you that you can set the two booths on this 50-kilometer road, repair the road good, you are given contractor has made very good road conditions, so two toll booths has been set up, everything is going well, no problem. But vehicles are more vehicles are running on that road, the traffic is more, large vehicles are moving, and for both the toll booth, for first month there is no problem, but in second month or in second year, one of the toll booth that operating problem may be generated. That operator will not be ready to work on the toll booth, then some quarrel may be there and whatnot, other things may be generated. And if you stop to working that one toll booth, it will create the effect, or it will affect directly on revenue generated. Per month, how much you are generating with two toll booths. Right now, with one toll booth, how many you are generating, then how much period and whatnot. So this last contract, operating and management maintenance contract, it is we can say large period contract, and it is the important contract, as during this contract only the revenue can be generated. And anywhere that in BOT project, whether it is successful or not, it is decided on the basis of the revenue. Okay, so whatever today we are learning, if we can earn some jobs based on this knowledge, then our learning is beneficial, because through that job we can earn something. So revenue generation earning, it comes with this last period for in this different contracts, and that will be the most important part in the BOT. Okay, so if concession contract is, we can say, heart of the BOT, then this particular operating and maintenance contract, we can say, blood of the OBT. Without operating and maintenance, that BOT cannot be run successfully. Okay, so if heart is with you but no blood is there, heart will not run. Like this, the BOT concession is with you, but that operating and maintenance or operating is not proper or poor operating, that BOT project will not be run. So this is the operating and maintenance contract.